Hey guys, welcome back to another best comps video. It's that time again to talk about the best comps for patch 14.9b. So the first comp I have for you guys here is going to be the 6 Umbral with 3-star Loon and 3-star Yone. So this build, you want to reroll at level 7 or 8, and you're going to 3-star both of these. Loon's BIS is Red Buff, Spear of Shojin, and Archangel Staff. Red Buff seems to be performing a little bit better than Morello, but you can also use Morello, of course. And instead of Spear of Shojin, you can always have another item like Adaptive Helm. And Archangel Staff can be replaced with Jewel Gauntlet or Rabadon Deathcap, but this is kind of her BIS. And then you want to go 3-star for her and the Yone. Yone is really good with Yone items like Double Titans and a BT. You can also go Edge of Night, you can go Hodge. So you can mix this combo up. So you're going to 3-star Yone, a Loon. And if you have the Midnight Siphon Augment, you can actually also 3-star Yorick, because Yorick is pretty strong with Midnight Siphon. And on top of that, I would highly recommend you guys get the Umbral Crest. If you don't get Umbral Crest, this comp is a little bit harder to hit because you do need to hit the set. But with the Umbral Crest, you can get a Kayn or a Zir, give them the emblem. You can have Darius Sin, and you get 6 Umbrals really easy. Kayn likes Kayn items, Azir likes Azir items, Spear of Shojin, Morello, Archangel Staff, stuff like that. And then we have Ornn, of course. Ornn and Azir are going to be the best buds for this comp. Sylas is also really strong, so you can itemize Sylas with Crown Guard, Ionic Spark, and BT. This is his BIS. So try this comp out. It's pretty strong. Definitely guaranteed top 4 if you guys hit. So let's go for the next best comp on the list. Now we have Tahm Kench and Bard. Yes, they are back. So there's a new item called Wit's End. And Wit's End is really strong for Bard. It gives him a lot of attack speed, a lot of magic damage, and it does heal Bard for how much damage he does. Double Guinsoo is still good for him. He still wants to go machine gun mode. And then you have Tahm Kench 3. And Tahm Kench has a new favorite item as well. It's called Forbidden Idol. It will convert his shield ability to max health. So Tahm Kench will now actually get more and more HP, and he'll be like unkillable. So Forbidden Idol is super good on this guy. So you want to do a level 7 reroll here. Tahm 3, Bard 3. You want to get the Sivir for trick shots. Nico, you got Riven, and you got the Kayle. Make sure Kayle is red. Get the Zoe in for the Arcanist bonus. Soraka is Heavenly and Altruist. So it's a level 7 reroll build. Tahm Kench 3, Bard 3. Wit's End is really good right now for Bard. Forbidden Idol, really good for Tahm Kench as well. So try this comp out. It's really strong as well for rank right now. So next comp we have is the Duelists. Duelists are back. So this one, if you have a Duelist emblem, you can go 8 Duelist. It's going to be really strong if you have the Duelist emblem. Or you can just play at 6 Duelist. And you want a 3-star Volibear and Tristana in this build. So Volibear, still using the same Volibear items, Double Titans BT. You can also go Hodge Titans BT as well, which is Hand of Justice. And then we have Tristana, who likes 3 damage items, crit items, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer. You can also itemize Lee Sin. He likes Bloodthirster, Sterix, Titans. And then you can also itemize Irelia, of course, which she basically uses like Tristana items and a Ginsu. So this comp is very simple. You just kind of re-roll for Volibear 3, Tristana 3 at level 7. Again, you can roll at level 8 for the 3 stars as well, level 7 or 8. And if you get this kind of comp, you get a Wukong in as well for Heavenly and Sage, because you have Kiana, who's Heaven, and then you have Diana for Dragonlord and Sage. So Diana and Wukong are the best support champs for the Duelist comp. Try this one out. Definitely a top 4 build if you hit as well. And if you don't actually hit, let me just tell you guys something. If you do not hit a 3-star Tristana, I would actually just play a 2-star Tristana, or I will end up selling her and then giving the items to Irelia, let's say. So you don't actually, let's say, need to get a 3-star Tristana. Even Volibear, if you don't get a 3-star Volibear, you can move the items to Lee Sin and Wukong, let's say. So it really depends on what you're hitting on in the game. So let's go to the next build we have here. It is going to be Irelia Dragonlord. This is by far the most consistent, best comp in the game. It is a level 9 build. Dragonlord Irelia is very consistent. So if you hit this board right here, you're going to be good. So you just have to make it to level 9 and then roll down. Irelia is your main carry. She is going to have Ginsu, Giant Slayer, Infinity Edge as her BIS. She can also use burn items like Crest of Cinder and Morello. And then we have Wukong for the Heavenly Sage. You got 4 Dragon Lords. Make sure you have Xayah, Lee Sin, Janna. Janna is part of this build as well. And Diana, so you get that extra stun. Maximize for Dragonlord. And then you have Lee Sin. You can give Lee Sin the items that I was talking about in the last comp, which is BT, Sterix, and Titans. Galio is going to have your tank items. As you guys know, like Gargoyle Stoneplate, Redemption, Bramble Vest, Dragon's Claw, they're all good. This is not a Xayah. It's supposed to be Rakan, actually. So Rakan is supposed to give you that extra Altruist bonus. Rakan can also use really strong tank items. AP items on Rakan is also really strong. Rabadon Deathcap can be used. So Rakan can be very flexible. And then Riven, of course, you got the KO. And then you have Soraka at the bottom. So this is the, not Xayah, once again, this is supposed to be Rakan. This is the full level 9 board. If you hit this, you should be definitely getting a second, maybe a first. Actually, first place is more likely because this comp is extremely strong. So let's go to the next build here. So the next build we have here are the 4 Trick Shot 4 Bruiser. This comp has been consistently good and it's still good. So basically this build, you just go level 8 and you bring in Galio, Silas, Riven, Aatrox is your Bruiser lineup. And then you're going to have Sivir, Xayah, or Bard. And then you're going to have Kai'Sa and Teemo. Udyr is at level 9 for Ink Shadow bonus. So if you don't get level 9, it's totally fine. You just played at level 8 without Udyr. And you're going to have Xayah with the best items, crit items, once again, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer. You can have a Hodge, you can have Gensu, Deathblade, you can mix it up. And then you got Kai'Sa here, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Spear of Shojin. Spear of Shojin is good for Kai'Sa, you want her to cast a lot. Her favorite Toxin, Tattoo, again, is still Tattoo of Toxin. If you have a Tattoo for Xayah, it's going to be Tattoo of Bombardment. So, and then once again, tank items, we'll just go on to the Silas and Galio, depending on what items you have, how many 2-stars you have for here, just put it on your strongest bruisers. And this comp is really strong. So again, trick shots, really consistent if you're not hitting the other builds. And the last comp I'm going to be talking about with you guys is going to be Porcelain and Ashe. So Porcelain Ashe, still really strong in the current meta. Now this comp, if you have the Porcelain emblem, you should play it because you want to slam it onto Annie. Annie Porcelain is still really good, busted as hell. So Annie with this emblem will basically never die, or eventually she will die, but it'll take a long time. And then you have a Mumu, Nautilus, Lissandra. So if you have the emblem, you don't need Lux. And then you have the Ashe. So you have 4 Porcelain and you have 4 Invokers. You have Azir, Kog'Maw, and you have Lilia for the Invoker bonus. And then you have 3 Mythics, and you have 2 Wardens, 2 Snipers. So ideally, this comp, you do want to hit it at level, you can hit all of this entire board at like level 9, but you can hit it at level 8 as well. So this is like a level 8 reroll comp, but you can also reroll at level 9 if you can make it to 9. But if it's contested, I would highly recommend you just roll at level 8. This is a level 8 reroll comp, to be honest. If you don't have Azir, there's many other ways to play this comp. Like if you don't have Azir, you can have, let's say you can drop Azir and Lilia for Udyr and Ornn, right? So, or you can go 4 Warden lineup. So this comp is actually pretty flexible. The main key components you want to have Ashe. Ashe's BIS is Gensu, Infinity Edge, and Last Whisper. Ashe is her main damage. Kog'Maw is for the extra sniper. So you want to have Kog'Maw and Ashe here, but you can have this build with 4 Wardens. Maybe if you don't hit Annie, you can bring in Illaoi and Set. If you don't have Lissandra, of course, you're going to have Lux. If you don't have the Porcelain Emblem, you can still play this build. So without the Porcelain Emblem, you can have Lux for 4 Porcelains here. You can push for level 9, bring this full build in. So this build is really flexible, but the best way to play it is if you have the Porcelain Emblem and you give it to Annie. And Ashe, you need to have those Ashe items to make this build really, really strong. And then I just want to let you guys know there are 2 honorable mention comps that I want to talk about real quick here. The Gnar 3 reroll comp and the Kayn Heavenly comp are still viable. So those 2 comps are still good. I just didn't put it on here because I'm sure you guys know how to play them. So play Gnar and Kayn if you guys can as well. So these are some of the best comps in the game right now. So abuse these comps until the next patch in 2 weeks. Have fun. Okay, leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.